is not your regular sports show. This is Sport Cruise, only on Milan 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. From hot transfer gist to Champions League drama, from Nigeria football madness to global sport cruise, we bring the vibes, the analysis, and pure football fire.
On your marks, get set, go!
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
No long talk. This is where sports meets swagger. No boring breakdowns, just pure energy, passion, and premium banter with your favorite crew on deck every week. Sport Cruise, where sports meets vibe.
That is a princely strike from John Duran. Open mouth or...
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Hello there, your number one sports show on radio.
Serve me, Massa Wisuya. If Dana wear my gather, if you think I'm popping it, not right, I'm calling it. Ojago house after everything in praying, Tarawe. Baby JCC, usually Ramadan Karim. Maybe the me, I met it now. I said, what's up, I'm bargaining.
Lale Ramadan, Shama Kabila Dollar, Lale Ramadan, Ibela Timashika, Lale Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum wassalam. Ejidele. Ari tuto musulumi edidele tegewo. Lọ́sàn Ramadan. Ojú lè kiri lọ́sàn Ramadan.
All right, guys. Good evening and welcome. Good evening and welcome again to Sports Cruise Live from 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. It's the evening of Eid al-Adha, and it's also today also marks the 27th day in the month of May 2026. The day that also coincides with the day specially designed or specially brought out for children. So again, happy Children's Day to all of the children in the world, including myself as well as Okpemi, who is even here, because whether you like it or not, you're also a child to someone. So again, guys, welcome to Sports Cruise 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Well, a lot of things for us to talk about on the show this evening. Yesterday, the Super Eagles of Nigeria kicked off their Unity Cup campaign, or rather I say they progressed to the final of the Unity Cup for the second consecutive time after a 2-0 comfortable victory over the Warriors of Zimbabwe. New boy, talking about Femi Azezo, player who plays straight for Millwall in the English Championship, was at it just as he delivered a brace for himself in his debut for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We also had some form of debutant as well. Involved likes of Otto Okonkwo, who started his first game for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, where he was given the nod ahead of Omonia Nicosia's goalkeeper, talking about Francis Uzo, and would also try much as possible to talk about the Roland Garros as it stands right now. There's a game currently going on. Just as Novak Djokovic is currently being held by his opponent, talking about Valentin Roya. We'll also talk about how Great Britain's Francesca Jones lost to 27 seed Mary Bukskova 6-0, 7-6, and of course 7-3. And then Elina Svitolina and fourth-time winner Iga Swiatek have definitely breezed through into the next round of the women's show. Would also try much as possible, to begin the preview for the FIFA 2026 World Cup. Two nations again have released their official 26-man squad. Talking about, of course, United States of America, where their manager talking about Mauricio Pochettino has now declared that for the players that missed out of the World Cup, he didn't have the right to give them a call. We also have Netherlands, who have also released their World Cup squad with a major surprise in there. Talking about Liverpool's defender, Jeremy Frimpong obviously missing out of that particular one, while Arsenal's right back was not played for Arsenal ever since the month of March. Right has even been called up for that particular one. Would also try much as possible to come back home. In the Nigeria Women's Football League, Port Harcourt is set to host the 2026 NWFL Super 6, and of course the new champion, newly crowned champion manager, right, exactly, talking about Fidelity Lechukwu, has now said that he will be deciding his Rangers' future after the Unity Cup. And just ahead of UEFA Champions League final that will be taking place on Saturday. Good news for all neutrals as well as PSG supporters. It has now been confirmed that Achraf Hakimi as well as Ousmane Dembélé, the current Ballon d'Or player of the season, or the current Ballon d'Or winner, I beg your pardon, have now returned to full training. So again, guys, welcome to Sports Cruise on the 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. My name is Aɗétọ́mọ̀bánjọ, also known as Agbatom. There's also Kwemi as well in the studio this evening. By the way, before you forget, I would also have another European final later tonight. I'm trying much as possible to understand while the UEFA Europa League final will take place before the UEFA Europa Conference League final. But whether you like it or not, yes, Crystal Palace and Rayo Vallecano will be taking part in their first European final later tonight. And of course, just side of the final, local police in the city of Leipzig have now ordered 60 Crystal Palace fans that have been classified as known troublemakers, to leave the Leipzig city center just a few hours ago, while 2 arrests were also made following clashes between supporters of the Eagles as well as Rayo Vallecano. So that means that the both fans are pumped up for their first UEFA Europa UEFA European what's it called now, final that will be taking place later tonight by 8 p.m. So again, guys, welcome to the show this evening as well. We'd also try much as possible to talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It looks like there's a rebuild some sort going on as it stands right now. Maybe this is even a blessing in disguise in terms of Nigeria not qualifying for the World Cup, so the manager can be able to go back to the drawing board, see new players that can bring into the team, and of course create a new team out of that. So again, guys, welcome to the show. On the dot of 6:10, we'll have to go pay some bills, but before we do that, just like I said, I will not be running the show alone this evening. There's C쏘ᴜᴜᴜ live here in the studio. C쏘ᴜᴜᴜ, good evening to you. It's been a wonderful day so far. Eid al-Adha, there's also the Children's Day celebration too as well. How has it been for you?
It's been a long day. I started off really early, and of course certain responsibilities that needed to be attended to, but yet again the show has to go on, like they would say, and it's double celebration. I think today is the day I know that I'm not a good person. And then now that the battle line had been drawn,
I'm telling you,
they used to say that now I know all the people that I thought I've been a good person to. This is 6:10 p.m.
Yeah,
I've not gotten notification for
meet round,
all the people that used to call us, calm down, we like your show. We know it's eye service you are doing for us, especially, and I think people are punishing me because my team just won the Premier League. But it's okay. I would also want to especially extend heartfelt congratulations to the children out there. Funny enough, I got my mom is a drama queen. You got a Children's Day gift. I got a Children's Day message from my mom. So she
sweet.
Shut up. So she texted me, and because she sent too much prayer, this I don't even read. I don't play her voice notes anymore, especially when they are. My mother can say 1 hour voice, and I'm like, am I supposed to sit and listen to the voice note for 1 hour? Voice note. So the voice note came squeezed in between too many prayers, so I didn't play it. So I saw the message, I ignored it. So she called me like, must send the Children's Day message. And I'm like, is that for my child or for me? Say, It's for me. That she sent my child.
Another one.
Yeah, I was like, are you joking right now? So of course, it's also in the midst of all of these, banters and jokes and laughter. We should also know that it's a moment for sober reflection for us as a nation. How many hundreds of thousands of children have we lost in the last 20 years? Due to the unfortunate insecurity, the banditry, the killings, the abductions, the kidnappings, and all of that. So it's really pathetic. And, it's almost 2 weeks now that the children from Oríire local government in Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, Ọ̀yọ́ State have been abducted. And if you look at the list that the school released, there are 2-year-olds that have been in kidnappers' den. Well. Yeah, that's been in kidnappers' den now for almost 2 weeks. So imagine you as an adult, you're struggling even in this rainy season, and you're trying to find your way around. Then you see a 2-year-old, 4-year-old, 7-year-old, 11-year-old right there in the thick forest. It's really painful, and not because the kids deserve to be there, but there's a system that has failed them. And the fact that the governors and the politicians can sleep at night knowing that there are people stuck in the bushes. And so each time they say they are trying to rescue, and I'm like, how long do you need to get these kids? It's not like they abducted them in Nigeria, they took them to Benin Republic, or they abducted them in Nigeria, they took them to Ghana. They still kept them in whatever it is that they kept them, So those are the people we are sympathizing with today. The kids in the IDP camps. We're also sympathizing with you, the kids that you're listening to us today. You're on the street of Lagos, of Ebonyi, of ഘᴜᴜ, of Enugu, anywhere, and you don't even know how certain the future is. You don't even know where your next meal will come from. You see kids sleeping under the bridges, sleeping in shanties, sleeping in abandoned vehicles, in mechanic workshops. So sometimes you just want to thank God for the little things that you feel is not enough. Then you find out that some people out there, if they get a grip of that little thing that you think is not enough, it's a big deal for them. So on the show today, we're saying we celebrate with the Nigerian child, we celebrate for the global children, but more importantly, for those ones that are helpless, that are hopeless, and are tired. We say we love you, and we've got the time for you as well.
All right, guys. Yes, of course, we all love you because whether I like it or not, we are our children, in not just the eyes of God, but also in the eyes of our parents too. So, but we have to pay some bills very quickly, and when we come back, we'll now talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria's progression into the final of the Unity Cup, just as we await the winners of the clash between Jamaica as well as India later this evening. Let's go for a break. We'll be right back in a jiffy.
Hush not, child. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
OneXBet, where sports come alive. Join the game and promo on the site or app. Win an iPhone 16 and cash prizes up to 750,000 naira. Enter promo code Nigeria on and boost your game. OneXBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly. 18 plus. T's and C's apply.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the sound of ownership. Now your time to shine. City Care there for you.
Oh yeah.
Five.
Where did you buy it?
City Care.
Easy. Yes, easy. Where did you buy it? City Care. Easy. Yes. Easy. Hey, small. I dey ball with City Care. Buy wetin I want. No stress. I know they fear. TV, fridge, or even phone. City Care they there.
Visit us at 82 Ijesha Road, Surulere, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-745-42988. 070-745-42988.
City Care, making life easier.
For you, every day is day one. Day one for you to give 100. 100 on the tracks, on the road, at work. Because it's your job to give your all. 100 with the gang. And on the dance floor. Truth is, you are not wired to give less. Your future is now. So live it real, loud, full and free. You live it 100. MTN.
New Bisco Costa time is for you and I. You can vibe with it at snack time. You can enjoy it at tea time. You can share it at family time. You can enjoy it at break time. New Bisco day for you, for me and for all. Creamy, crunchy, pick it, eat it, have it, share it. New Bisco day for you. Creamy, crunchy, pick it, eat it, have it, share it. New Bisco day for you.
Creamy, crunchy, new Bisco coaster.
So things done easy for Naija now. It means say CDK don't come with pay small plans easy. Yes, easy. Zero interest, no kobo added, no more market price. Now confirm easy. Gadgets, appliances, even cars, everything there. Just download the CDK app today. Easy. Pay small, collect halfway before you pay finish. Easy Care don't make life easy for everybody. Easy. When did you buy it? City Care. Easy. Yes, easy. Interest day. No. Interest no day. Oh. Them add money. No. None of our market price.
Yes, so we dey for 82 Ijesha Road, Sᴘᴏʀᴛ, Lagos, Nigeria. Green us on top 0707 454 2988 0707 454 2988.
Chai, my head oh. Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? My village people don't come again oh. This one with your body hot so, you don't do test? Yes, see result oh. Oga landlord, no be your village people oh. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Thank you Oga Luta. I don dey kampe. Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
1xBet, where sports come alive. Visit the site or app and join the game on promo. Get a chance to win an iPhone 16, cash prizes up to 750,000 naira, and a weekly free bet of up to 20%. More bets mean more tickets and rewards. Enter the promo code Nigeria on and boost your game to the max. 1xBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly, 18+, T's and C's apply.
New Bisco Costa time is for you and I. You can vibe with it at snack time. You can enjoy it at tea time. You can share it at family time. You can enjoy it at break time. New Bisco day for you, for me and for all. Creamy, crunchy, pick it, eat it, have it, share it. New Bisco day for you. For you.
Creamy, crunchy, new Bisco coaster.
Esibeke jebonye. Wonde bodanya. Momba kende bokanti. You know what there?
How far, my Lagos people? Now they find where you feel confirmed bedu and ogbonge talk. Make una no go too far because Mainland FM day for you. Tune into Mainland FM 98.3, the sound of Lagos.
Oh yes! He done it! That's astonishing. It's absolutely world class.
This is not your regular sports show. This is Sport Cruise, only on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. From hot transfer gist to Champions League drama, from Nigeria football madness to global sport cruise, we bring the vibes, the analysis, and pure football fire.
On your marks, get set, go!
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
No long talk. This is where sports meets swagger. No boring breakdowns, just pure energy, passion, and premium banter with your favorite crew on deck every week. Sport Cruise, where sports meets vibe.
That is a princely strike from John Duran. Open mouth.
Sport Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The Cruise.
Back, and of course, you're currently listening to Back Outside by Benson as well as SARS on that particular one. Let's just get straight back in to the business of today. Yesterday, Super Eagles of Nigeria defeated the Warriors of Zimbabwe 2-0 to qualify for the final of the Unity Cup that will be taking place on Saturday, the same day of the UEFA Champions League final as well. It's just that the final of the Unity Cup will be taking place at the Valley Stadium right there in London. And if you take a look very, very quickly at the what's it called now, starting lineup of that game, or the players that prosecuted that game yesterday against Zimbabwe, we try much as possible to figure out that we had new players make their debut for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Players like Arthur Okonkwo, players like Femi Azeez, who also grabbed the brace yesterday as well. We also had Sᴘᴏʀᴜnᴜ, who was a captain of the side for the very, very first time in his international career. We have players like Tochukwu Nadi, Alexander Yusuf. Tijani also take sticky claim, right? Even when the big boys would also be returning back to the side. And of course, we had a centre back partnership of Igor Ogbo as well as Chibike Nwanwu, and of course the left back being Iboki, and of course the right back being put on the show this evening. We try much as possible to analyze that game yesterday. Of course, the Unity Cup, it is an invitational tournament that has 4 nations, vying for that trophy. Talking about Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Jamaica, as well as India. And later tonight, we also have India and Jamaica also, taking the battle to themselves, even as they would want to play the final against, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But let's just quickly talk about that very, very quickly. New players, Arthur Okonkwo, Femi Azeez, who grabbed a brace yesterday. Tochukwu Nadi started his first game for Nigeria. We also had the likes of Alexander Yusuf. He has not been able to get opportunities due to the likes of Wilfred Ndidi as well as Frank Onyeka. He got his own taste of action yesterday. We also had the likes of Igor Ogbo too as well, who is playing second fiddle to the likes of Calvin Bassey, as well as maybe Shemi Ajayi in that centre back partnership. Then there was also the debut for the new goalkeeper, talking about Arthur Okonkwo, who was given the nod ahead of Omonani Kosi as a goalkeeper in person of Francis Uzor yesterday. What did you make of the game? 2 goals in favor of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and also the fact that Nigeria have qualified for the final of the Unity Cup, which is, one of the very, very biggest invitational tournaments that you can find anywhere in the world.
I'm not. I think I've just been really cold about the Super Eagles lately. I didn't watch the game yesterday. I had the chance to. I actually just watched the highlights this morning, very early this morning. I just
this agenda was agenda.
I didn't even see the highlight. I saw like longer version of the film, almost 10 minutes. So it's almost like watching the entire movie. But I've read, quite a few opinions around the game.
Yeah.
And
why is your energy low?
No, because
you should be high. It's Nigeria, Super Eagles of Nigeria.
I'm looking at the national teams of France, of Italy, of Netherlands, of of countries that are really serious about football development, are releasing their World Cup squad, and I'm seeing that I'm playing Zimbabwe and I'm playing for the winner of Jamaica and what's the name of this country?
India
to play. I'm talking about serious countries that are going to the World Cup. The World Cup starts in June, and that's a few weeks from now. Our countries are already camped. Some countries have already, started making plans to arrive. For Iran, for instance, because the United States refused to grant them,
visa?
Stay in the US. So, and they'll be playing 3 of their games in the US. So they will be staying in Mexico. And then on match days, they'll be flying or driving into the US to play games. And they'll go back to Mexico. And the United States government have refused to give them, pass to sleep a night in the US. And you understand why, the back and forth going on between US, Iran and Israel at the moment, But beyond that, I think the Super Eagles of Nigeria, like I said, will move past that. We fail to qualify for the World Cup, back-to-back World Cup. Monies have been lost, hopes have been dashed, opportunities have been thrown away. But the most important thing is that the guys decided to, give a good showing. I was surprised with the quality of the games we put up yesterday. But because we're playing an African opponent, you'd expect a lot of physicality and. We saw it yesterday. I watched a longer clip of the match, not just the highlights this morning, and I'm like, okay, why not? But like I said, I would rather want to have a World Cup, pre-season, a pre-World Cup friendly matches. Yeah, we have one that's coming up against Portugal
in June. That's also a pre-World Cup.
That's a pre-World Cup. Maybe that's one I would want to watch, no matter what. No disrespect to the Warriors of Zimbabwe. But then I'm not sure if it's a game I'll have stayed the night to watch. But congratulations to the Super Eagles. They are the defending champions of the Unity Cup. They won it the last time out. And then you probably think that they should be the winner of Jamaica or India. These are not even known football playing nation, for goodness sake. The last Jamaican player that I know, or player of Jamaican origin.
Because they both try football as a
I know that what's his name now? Raheem Sterling is
Jamaican,
but he switched over to play for the Three Lions. I think the last.
Then I think Mason Greenwood.
Is it Michael Antonio?
Antonio is Jamaica, West Ham. Yes.
I think he's the last known Jamaican player that I've seen. So, but of course, India, for goodness sake, do they even have a national team? I used to think they are more involved in cricket and baseball and other sports. And there was a myth that India defeated Nigeria 99 those years. Of course, it never happened. So. But again, we're not failing to take advantage of that space. And so if we win it, good enough. It's still something to hold on to. At least if you can't go to the World Cup, we play the Unity Cup. We look for
there's a cup in between.
It's cup. What and Unity is cup at the end of the day. But let's hope we can get it done and defeat and get the trophy. I think the final is on Saturday.
The same day as the Champions League final.
Yes.
But still talking about the World Cup.
Even see how serious you are putting the final of the Unity Cup on the day of the UEFA Champions. People don't know that UEFA Champions League game on the day of the UEFA Champions League final.
Exactly.
The game does not start on the kickoff.
It doesn't though.
The game starts in the morning.
Yes, actually.
I remember the season.
Actually.
The season Chelsea lost to Manchester City.
Yes,
Manchester City lost to Chelsea.
2021.
That one in of Kayava. I was in Kano that time. In the morning, Chelsea fans, they had a state parade. You don't understand.
Without winning the trophy there.
The game was in the night. In the morning of that game, there were more than, I'm not exaggerating, there were more than 100,000 Chelsea fans scattered through the street of Kano. They were moving around in possession. They were moving and they were chanting. They were. You don't understand. And everyone was painted blue.
The same thing would have also happened in Porto, because I remember the game was played at Porto.
Yeah.
The thousands and millions of Chelsea fans would have also converged right there in Portugal.
So you decide to, on a Saturday morning, that as early as 6, once I'm back from my football on Saturday morning, I'm ready. My jersey is iron. I'm ready. You now say I should come and watch Nigeria versus Jamaica. Nigeria versus India. Imagine if Jamaica fails to beat India. They were not playing
against India. But let's just talk about the team at this point in time, right? Because everyone knows that the Unity Cup has given a lot of people more or less I think we have about 7 MPFL players join up with the team. It has also given Alex Cʀᴜ the opportunity to see new players, allow them to also take a place, for even as the big boys would also be returning back to us. But in your own opinion, the World Cup means for Nigeria, is it a blessing in disguise, right? That now we are now able to figure out, or we are now able to bring in new players like Okonkwo, like Femias, because I'm very, very sure that if not for this invitational tournament, you probably wouldn't even have known that there's a Femias somewhere. Was the World Cup means for Nigeria a blessing in disguise?
Why are you sounding like We are on radio. I'm supposed to enter your face this evening. There can never be a blessing in missing the World Cup, and that's a fact. And this is not even the first World Cup we're missing. We missed back-to-back World Cup. That 8 years of not being at the big stage.
Yeah.
And how do I explain it? That the last World Cup we attended was Russia 2018. We didn't go to Qatar in 2020. 2022 rather.
Yeah.
This 2026 we're also not going to US, Canada and Mexico. And if you're not careful, we still will not go to the next World Cup. I hate to say this, but you can't fail to plan and you expect miracle to happen. Do you know what it means to have 10 slots for Africa? 10. And Nigeria couldn't pick one out of those 10. DR Congo, they are currently battling Ebola. In fact, over 200 people have been killed in DR Congo
because of the outbreak of the disease, and
it's actually spreading into Uganda as well. They are still presenting the country to go to the World Cup. Iran, they are fighting war. They are the World Cup. Seychelles, that's the smallest country to qualify. The second smallest country after Iceland.
Yeah.
The smallest country to ever play at the World Cup was Iceland. The second smallest is Seychelles. So imagine we, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the biggest footballing nation on the continent of Africa, with all our stars, our big players, our Iwobi, our Iwodis, our Iwodat.
But this is an opportunity to get new players ahead of the next window of qualifiers.
Who told you cannot get new players when you are building up to the World Cup? When you keep your camp open and you invite like 35 players, everybody will come and fight for shirts. From there, you can discover new players. What's his name? Stanley Nwabali does not have a club
at the moment.
So if you had qualified for the World Cup, I'm sure probably even if he doesn't have a club, I'm sure that the likes of Atonwanko and all of them, Okonkwo would be invited to come and square out. With the likes of what's the name, Francis Zord, that just won the league with Omonia in Cyprus. So whether you qualify for the World Cup, it would even attract more players that want to play for the country. They want to use the World Cup as an they want to fight for the World Cup because it's very simple. If you qualify for the World Cup, yes, you have your your big boys, you have your guys, but you still keep the options open. Do you understand? What's the blessing in not qualifying for the World Cup? Business wise, it's a massive loss. Do you understand? I told you what happened to me in 2022. All I needed to do was to present a World Cup ticket to the people that wanted to sponsor my tickets to Qatar. But when we didn't qualify for the World Cup, if I come to tell you to give me 8 million or 10 million, you ask me, what do I get in return? When Nigeria plays, for those 3 times the Super Eagles will have played at the World Cup, I'm sure that with the content and the project and everything that I had submitted as proposal, they knew they were going to make their money. But what would I go and tell them? If I don't, I'll go to the World Cup. When Ghana is playing, I'll do content for Nigeria. How many people watch Ghana game? Yeah. So we lost a lot. We lost also the opportunity of putting ourselves at that big stage. It questions our development. It questions our commitment to developing football in this country. It questions how Africa would get 10 slots. It questions how we fail to qualify from a group that does not have Cameroon, a group that does not have Egypt, a group that does not have the biggest footballing nation, a group that had Rwanda, a group that had only South Africa. And I'll continue to say South Africa is never a rival to Nigeria. Dead that conversation. They don't come close. They don't come close at all. A group that had Zimbabwe, a group that had Benin Republic. We couldn't qualify from that group. We even had the opportunity of a playoff. We couldn't beat DR Congo. We could not beat DR Congo. And then you're telling me that it's a blessing I will fail to qualify. What do you mean by blessing failing to qualify for the World Cup? Do you know what going to the 2018 World Cup did to us? We had a merchandise deal with Nike. Apologies for that publicity. But that jersey sold like wildfire. Do you understand? Croatia came out from the group of Nigeria. In the final, when they lost 4-2 to France, Croatian fans were wearing the Super Eagles jersey. They did not even wear their own national team jersey. That was how much we sold. I know a lot of my friends, journalists that went to Russia, and they came back with good money because they said that, people just wanted to be on their content. People just wanted to buy content from them. But we're not going to the World Cup back to back. Ahmad Pini was putting a hand on the head for us the last time. That do we know the bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Qatar? President Muhammadu Buhari, this and that. Now you failed to qualify us for the World Cup. The person you placed there to replace you also replicated your failure by failing to qualify us for the World Cup. Then you open your mouth on microphone, went on an interview, and you are saying that you will have qualified us for the World Cup
if you were in that
the
position.
one in charge. But you failed to qualify when you were in charge. And the person that is there is your puppet. You put him there. You couldn't tell him what would have made us qualify for the World Cup, but you kept it. You are not telling us after we failed to qualify for back-to-back World Cup that you knew what would have taken us to the World Cup. Isn't that insanity? It's only fools that don't think the same way and expect a different result. So there's no blessing in this guy for us not qualifying for the World Cup. There's no blessing. Blessing call. Charity.
Well, guys, you can also join the conversation around 36,410 around 36,410. What do you make of the Super Eagles of Nigeria's progression into the final of the Unity Cup? Just as we await the winner of the clash between Jamaica as well as India. And do you also think that the Super Eagles of Nigeria not qualifying for the World Cup, would enable ഌᴏ the opportunity to bring or pull more players together just before the AFCON qualifiers that would be taking place much later this year? Let's also leave that very, very quickly. Don't forget, apart from listening to us from your normal radio gadgets, you can listen to us via Radio Garden. That's go on your Google App Store or your Google Play Store to search from a Radio Garden, and of course you can then download it and of course search for 98.3 FM, or you listen to us via official social media platforms, that's Facebook as well as YouTube. Search for 98.3 FM, you can find us there, or our official website, that's www.mainlandfm.com. You can also listen to us from any part of the world. 36,000 let's try as much as possible to pick a couple of calls before we move on to other stories. Yes, good evening and welcome to the show.
Hey,
you're welcome. Good evening to you.
good evening, Agbatomi.
Bye-bye. How you doing?
I'm fine. Agbatomi, you're on a roll. You're on a roll. The last time, sorry, Opeyemi, good evening.
You too, sorry, good evening.
Go away, Joe.
Let's do
the last time it was Arsenal is the best team, but they're not the best team. This time around now, is Nigeria not going to the World Cup? Is a blessing in disguise. Agbatomi. Let me say it like this. Given our performance at the Nations Cup, at the last Nations Cup, we stumbled at the semi-final, but given our performance, the way we dominated up until that semi-final, I can't say it's a blessing in disguise. This team was ripe. This squad, let me say this thing, this squad actually was very ripe. This wasn't like, you can say that we came one shot considering what we did with 𝛿, but you see the way we played with 𝛿, under 𝛿, it was like as if it was a progression up until we got to the final. But under 𝛿, from the first game to the semi-final, we really dominated. So I can't really say that it's a blessing in disguise of missing the tournament, because a lot of people were really looking forward to seeing Nigeria, not just because of sentiment now, but because of the performance of the team. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's also pick one or two more calls before we move over to Roland Garros. Yes, good evening and welcome to the show. Baba Alpha, you're welcome. We are struggling to hear you. Please try as much as possible to call us back. 036,410. Good evening and welcome to the show. Yes, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening. This is Emmanuel from Sango.
You're welcome, Mr. Emmanuel.
If you're Opeyemi at the verse like this, because I don't know why this thing can not qualifying for the World Cup will be a blessing to us. Now this thing they pay me pass. Imagine a country like Ghana.
I talk
qualifying for World Cup back to back.
I talk and say now when World Cup won't start,
now this thing they pay me pass.
You never pay us.
Now this thing they pay me pass, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's pick some more calls. 036,410 036,410. Good evening and welcome to the show. Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening. Baba, you're welcome.
Good evening. Sorry. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Opeyemi. Let's do this quickly, please. Yes, please.
Okay, Opeyemi, I want to question on something. Seychelles never qualified to the World Cup. It's Curaçao, not Seychelles. It's Curaçao.
Yeah, it was
sorry, Cape Verde.
You want to say
it was Cape Verde. I wanted to say not Seychelles. It was Cape Verde.
Cape Verde is even bigger than Curaçao now.
Curaçao qualified for the very, very first time.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, thank you.
And they are the smallest nation.
It was Cape Verde. I wanted to say thank you.
Thank you so much, Baba.
Stop saying we're not going to the World Cup is a blessing in disguise.
Okay, noted.
We're not going is not a blessing in any disguise. But at the same time, you see this boy called Femi Aziz. And then that guy is going to really do well in this colors of the Super League.
All right, thank you so much. On I done the iPound. Let's pick some more calls around 36,410. Yes, good evening. You're welcome to the show. Quickly, please.
Good evening, Abatomi.
Baba, you're welcome.
Okay, my brother can't dance one. You know it's destiny. You see, what do they call this man? Ibrahim Oguso. You know that he won't go second time. One would talk say we don't do anything about the division. They say they won't do stadium. We won't do stadium. Say that we go short. We don't go walk up to the stadium. They say that they tell me. This is just invest me somehow. But all these people made it. I see you know, be new. But at the time, if they look at it, they just come up for power. For NFS, they look at it to run NFS at all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's also move on very quickly.
Qualification for tournaments should be the yardstick for you to secure second term. If you are the handler of our football, if you fail to qualify for the biggest tournament, what do you want to come and do?
The NFF general election comes up in September this year.
What do you want to come and do? What do you want to come and do? Our football are taking a nosedive in the last 10 years, and it's a combination of Amaju and his puppets that is dead now. What do you want to come and do coming back? What do you want to come and do?
Well, guys, you can also join the conversations around 36,410 around 36,410. But let's also quickly talk about the French Open. We now have arguably the biggest upset so far right now. World number 2, Ałyna Rybakina has now suffered a surprise second round defeat to 50.
And she needed to make it to the final, and Sabalenka not winning to turn the
and then becoming world number 1. Well, she was defeated by 55th ranked Yulia. Excuse me, let's just leave that Yulia like that in the biggest French Open upset so far. Despite winning the opening set, Rybakina looked far from her clinical best, just as Yulia mounted an impressive comeback to win 3-6, 6-1, 7-6 and 10-4. Let's also leave that very quickly for Novak Djokovic too as well. He defeated Frenchman talking about Valentin Roya in 4 sets in order to reach the 3rd round. And of course, Elina Svitolina and 4-time winner Iga Swiatek now breaks through to the 3rd round of the women's. Let's also leave that very quickly and then take a look at the schedule for the big guns to come up later tonight. We'll have Thomas Machak up against Alexander Zverev, world number 2. Alexander Zverev, I would definitely want to show the stuff of what is made of, just as he will be taking on his opponent in Thomas Machak. And of course, by tomorrow we'll also have world number 1 Yannick Sinner in action up against Argentine Juan Manuel Cerundolo, and that game will be taking place by 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka is of course assured of her world number 1 status at least until the end of Roland Garros. She'll be taking on French lady Elsa Jacquemot later tomorrow by 2:30 p.m. Coco Gauff as well is also to take on Maya Sherif in the women's singles round of 64 tomorrow by 1:30 p.m. And of course, men's world number 5 Ben Shelton will be up against Belgian Rafael Collinon in the men's singles round of 64 by tomorrow. For the women's ranked world number 16th, that's Naomi Osaka. Should also be up against Donna Vekic tomorrow by 10 a.m. And of course, these are the games to look for tomorrow. All right, now let's also quickly bring the conversation back on very, very quickly. Yes, the Nigerian Women's Football League has now announced Port Harcourt as the host city for the 2026 Premiership Super 6, marking the very, very first time the season-ending tournament to be held in Rivers State. According to a statement that was released by the league, the competition is scheduled to take place from the 5th of June on Friday to the 14th of June Sunday, with 6 clubs set to battle for the league title at the end of the 2025-2026 season. The Super 6 tournament will feature the top 3 teams from Group A and Group B of the regular season competing in a round-robin format, with each club playing 5 matches over 9 days. And of course, our qualified teams for the competition include defending champions, talking about Bayelsa Queens, Edo Queens, Rivers Angels, Robo Queens, Nasarawa Amazons, and debutants, talking about Abia Angels. Let's also leave that very quickly and now talk about the defending champion, rather I say new champion of the Nigeria Premier Football League, Fidelis Lecukwu, has now said that he will be deciding on whether to continue as the manager of Enugu Rangers after returning from Unity Cup duties with the Super Eagles of Nigeria in London. Fidelis Lecukwu guided Rangers to the 2025-2026 Nigeria Premier Football League title on Sunday following a spirited 2-1 victory over Ikorodu City in Lagos. He jetted out to London after the game to join Eric Sikochel in defending the Unity Cup title that they won back in 2025. Well, Fidelis Lechukwu's contract expired at the end of the season, and he admitted that he remains uncertain about his future with Rangers. All right, guys, just ahead of the UEFA Champions League final that will be taking place on Saturday, PSG key men are talking about Ousmane Dembele and Achraf Hakimi are now back in full training in a boost for PSG ahead of their Champions League final against Arsenal. Dembele, who last year won the Ballon d'Or, returned after injuring his right calf in Ligue 1 action against Paris FC on the 17th of May. We also had Achraf Hakimi also sustaining a right thigh injury in the thrilling semi-final clash over Bayern Munich, but the duo are now back, according to the social media post by the defending champions of the UEFA Champions League. And of course, the big one will be taking place on Saturday night, just as the champions of the French League On will be taking on the champions of the English Premier League, Arsenal, in Budapest on Saturday in the final of the UEFA Champions League. Now let's also move on very, very quickly, yes, to World Cup stories. 15 out of the 26 players that have been invited by Ronald Koeman, for Netherlands ahead of the World Cup play in the English Premier League. We have the likes of Bart Verbruggen of Brighton. Of course, for the goalkeepers, we have Mark Flecken of Bayer Leverkusen, Ruben Rose of Sunderland. And for the defenders, we have Nathan Ake, Manchester City, Virgil van Dijk, the captain of the side. We also have Denzel Dumfries of Inter Milan. There's Jurel Hato of Chelsea. There's also a space for Jean-Paul Van Eyck of Brighton and Hove Albion. Jurgen Timber, who is there to play a game for Arsenal ever since March, was also invited, as well as Mickey van der Den of Tottenham Hotspur. Midfielders, we have Ryan Gravenberch of Liverpool. There's also a spot for Frankie de Jong of Barcelona, Theo Koopmeiners of Juventus, and Noah Lang of Galatasaray. There's also Tijani Rangers as well of Manchester City, Martin de Roon of Atlanta. There's also Gostil of PSV, Kjetil Timber, that's the brother of Jurgen Timber, has also been invited as well, who plays straight for Marseille. There's also a space for Matt Weaver of Brighton and Hove Albion. And for the forwards, we have Brian Brobry of Sunderland, Memphis Depay of Corinthians. There is also Cody Gakpo of Liverpool, Justin Kluivert of Bournemouth, Dorian Marlin of AS Roma, Crescencio Somerville of West Ham, and Wood Weghorst of Ajax. So, Kwemi, what are the chances of Netherlands going to the World Cup this season?
They are dark horses, and I think on Saturday I was on a friend's podcast, and then we're looking at the contenders, the pretenders, the dark horses, and our teams going to the World Cup. And I said, listen, whether you like it or not, France would always be top in terms of the how do I put it now? The
pecking order.
The favorites.
Well,
and of course, you want to think, Argentina, of course, the Messi factor. You want to put Portugal. You want to look at Spain. Maybe Brazil this time around.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a decent squad.
Yep.
Mixture of experience and young youth energy in them. So we're just looking at that combination. And he asked me that what team from Africa, apart from Morocco, I could pull off a surprise. And I said, I don't know. You cannot tell me what team apart from Morocco, because that's the highest ranked African team going to the World Cup.
Senegal.
That's the number one team on the continent.
Yeah.
I also talked about Senegal as well. But we looked at this the Dutch team. They've been underachievers for a while now, and you'd expect them to come good this time around. They've got quality in them as well. But I think that, like I said, I think that dark horse is going to this World Cup. I'm sure when we're done with the AFL Champions League,
and
when everything is closed, then from next week we start looking at all of the teams that are going to the World Cup. We break it group by group. There are players to look out for. There are star players. There are potential revelation of the tournament. We look at the pretenders, the contenders, the dark horses. We look at all of those going to. But I think for this Dutch team, I would want to be a bit open. I'm putting them in the class of teams like Croatia, because Croatia always want to give a good fight at the World Cup,
themselves,
because they're obviously dark horses. You don't know too many of their players.
Maybe Uruguay as well.
Anybody wake up to that and say the best player in Croatia, and the only one a lot of people know is
Luka Modric.
So that takes a lot of pressure off them. At the same way Iceland did in Euro 2016. A lot of people didn't see them coming. So I think for me, for this Dutch team, I'm not sure if I want to really put my money on them to go beyond maybe the round of 16 or so. But I'm sure when we start the full, we'll look at the group by group.
Yep.
But the team they released, it's a decent team.
Well, decent team. And just like I said, 15 out of the 26 players that was released play in the English Premier League. But let's also leave that very quickly. Talking about the English Premier League. English Premier League side, Crystal Palace are looking to make history, just as they will be taking part in their first ever European final against fellow debutants, talking about Rayo Vallecano in the final of the Conference League in Leipzig. And of course, it's the first time that both sides will be privileged to play any form of European final, be it the Champions League, be it the Europa League, be it the Conference League. And of course, I'm very, very sure that both sides will want to give a good account of themselves. And I just, when I was praying for this show as well, I was able to stumble on a video that was released by Crystal Palace with Eberechi Eze wishing the boys well. And of course, don't forget as well that this season is going to be the last season for Oliver Glasner. Oliver Glasner has also won a trophy before with Eintracht Frankfurt, so obviously every tendency that he could be doing the same with Crystal Palace later tonight. But what are your predictions for this one? Very, very quickly, Okwemi.
I've actually predicted the moment after the first leg of the finals of both the Champions League, Conference League, and Europa League. There are 3 English teams who get through to the final. Remember, Aston Villa, lost the first leg, but you knew they were going to get the job done in the second leg. Exactly. Crystal Palace already defeated Shakhtar Donetsk 3-1 away from home. You knew that at Selhurst Park they will get the job done.
Obviously, and
Arsenal already also had
the first
one leg. Into it, and then just get done at the Emirates Stadium against Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid. So I already predicted that 3 English teams will get to the final of their European competitions, and the 3 of them will win it. Aston Villa had won it already, dismantling Freiburg in their game. Crystal Palace will get the job done tonight, and Aston will cap it up on Saturday.
All right, guys, thank you so much. But before we leave as well, there are rumors that Enzo Fernandez wants to leave Chelsea because Chelsea failed to qualify for any European football, and Chelsea are
even
still
if they
demanding.
Qualified, they was going to leave eventually.
Chelsea are also demanding a sum of 120 million. I mean, is this the beginning of the end for Enzo Fernandez at Chelsea?
No, it's the beginning of the beginning for him. He had made it clear. That was why I was suspended for 2 matches after the international break, where I talked about the fact that if Real Madrid calls for him, he wouldn't. Is a conversation is open to her.
Yeah.
And now I think because of the connection he has with Enzo Maresca, he obviously wants to join him at Manchester City, according to what we heard. And there's a possibility that Maresca could raid Chelsea. It looks like it's not only Fernandez he wants to pick, he could also be looking at Moses Caicedo.
Maybe bringing Kopama back.
Well, there's a possibility. Kopama, he was once is a product of Man City, could go back home. And because Chelsea.
So I just remember something now. When you say Kopama, I remember your post.
It's cool. The spelling of Kopama is Kopama. It's crazy, right? They said it's better than Bukayo Saka. Even the assistant of Bukayo Saka, is going to be up ahead of Kopama. So it's crazy. But again, Chelsea not qualifying for Europe means that they stand a very low chance of being able to hold on to their players. Enzo Fernandez has won the World Cup.
It's only World Cup.
Enzo Fernandez is a World Cup winner. You expect him to go the entire season
without playing any European
football. It's not possible. These guys want to compete at the top level. They want to meet up with the big boys. And when you finish in 10th position as Chelsea, when you are celebrating losing to Manchester City because you don't want Arsenal to win the league, then now you are struggling to qualify for the Europa League. God now pause and sign your Gary. You did not even make the Conference League. Then Arsenal eventually won the league. And Man City made it to the Champions League. And then you are here empty. Your players will leave now because your mentality is low.
All right, guys. We have to leave this studio very, very quickly. But before we leave, we have a message here on WhatsApp. This person has predicted Crystal Palace to win 2-1. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, this person also says the Unity Cup has given more players to prove themselves for Nigeria. Thank you so much. We also appreciate that a lot as well. But guys, we have to leave the studio very, very quickly. 15 minutes gone past 6 p.m. We have to leave right now. The show will return at same time, same station tomorrow by 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. It's going to be the Thursday edition of Sports Cruise, and I think tomorrow as well, because it's the last day for the English version of Sports Cruise, would also take our time to preview the UEFA Champions League final between PSG as well as Arsenal. And before I leave, I also want to send a special birthday shout out to the person of Mrs. 𝐴ᴏ 𝐹ᴜᴜ. Happy birthday to you, my long life and prosperity. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys by 6 p.m. tomorrow. Bye bye.
So, babes, don't you think the radio is so boring these days?
Well, it depends on what you need. I just discovered a new sound.
It's my mother. Gotcha.